Hey guys, I want to share something with you. I am not doing the videos I am on the Karen Reed case for revenue. As you see this right here, I have no desire to do that, and I'm not judging people that do. I could monetize on like my personal stuff, my gaming and my personal stuff I do, but all these Karen Reed videos, for me, it's not about the money. It has nothing to do with that. What I care about is if I want to grow an audience, is because I want change. That's what I want. And I know a lot of people that have been watching the Karen Reed case. I hear a lot of people feeling just outrage, and I think some people feel desperation, or they feel like lack of hope that there's anything we can do. And I get really frustrated with people who, you know, it's just a source of revenue to them. It's just another case. It's over now. Let's go on to the next case. And that infuriates me, because it's not over. John O'Keefe is still dead. His murderer is still walking free. The Commonwealth did what they did. And so I can't get over. I can't get over anybody not being interested in what Abby, this is her channel, when she uncovered where they hid the edits to these videos to falsify evidence and trying to take her life. To me, this is the most important video that I have seen anywhere on the internet since the first video that I watched about Karen Reed over a year ago. And I'm putting people on a list who are channels that cover criminal cases or legal stuff. And again, if I see that they not only they have no interest in what Abby has uncovered, and I'm angry at them. I'm outraged. I'm like, how can you pretend to care about the legal system and pretend to care about this case, and yet when you have something as significant as this, what she has uncovered, as she has found, and the hidden edits were in the B frames. It's not a matter of if they were altered. She's found where they altered it. She did that. And she should have millions of views. Now, the young jerks, they called her on and did a long live stream, and she went into, the details. I mean, and I thought it was great. But other channels who are supposed to be all about Karen Reed, and they don't care. This woman is still facing a civil trial. It's not enough they try to take her very life from her and freedom from her. They want to she had to give up her retirement pension. She had to sell her house. She lost her medical insurance. I mean, this significantly altered her life. That's not enough. They want to rob her financially with lies. It's not over, because you know what? They're doing it to other people. So who I am? I'm somebody that wants to go into the legal war room and strategize how collectively, as we the people, can fight this. And I want to boycott and protest the media who hid. Did you know they had a criminal trial? They had a criminal trial of 6 state troopers who were taking bribes. They were getting driveways built for them. They were getting all kinds of goods. They were not only getting goods and services and falsifying records, they were also maliciously using their power to make sure somebody who needed a license for their business didn't get one if they didn't like something they said. That's how malicious they are with their power. All that was going on. That was filed. 71 counts against 6 state troopers was filed in January 2024. Not a word of it. They literally had a trial. And they convicted one of the state troopers, and the rest of them took a plea deal. And their sentencing is this month. How can you have a criminal trial of a state trooper for golden treatment and extorting and the bribe system? And while this trial is going on, they're trying to imply like it's a bunch of nonsense to insist that like the Commonwealth would, that people would, conspire together, that cops and troopers wouldn't. They just wouldn't. That's just horrendous for you to suggest that cops and troopers would do that. They had family members and friends involved in the conspiracy, and they hid that. They hid that from people. And so that's why we really have to get involved. And I don't want people to feel like there's no hope. There's nothing we can't do. Because yes, there is. So I and a few other people want to get a petition together we're going to petition the Department of Justice, the FBI, and a lot of us are already collectively going to like the FBI, on Twitter and Facebook and wherever they have social media sites. But I'm going to put together a petition, and I'm going to lay down the elements of the crime and the actual crimes that they've done and the evidence and the different things collectively that are out there, like what Abby has discovered, right? And we're going to petition and demand that they go in and they hold the DA accountable and the judge for impounding the dog bite records, so that the Alberts can get on the stand and lie and say that they never had any incidents of their dog attack anybody. That is, I don't care if there's few instances where, they're prosecuted for that. It still doesn't make it not a crime. It's suborning perjury, and it's a crime. And that judge, she has to face the Judicial Commission, okay? The Judicial Commission Review Board. Each state has a different, each state has one. It's called something different, may vary from state to state. But the fact of the matter is, it's not okay what she did. She conspired with the DA. And so now that we have the evidence that proves that they absolutely did alter that evidence, now it's time to take legal action, to take very specific strategic steps. It is time. I know that they had the big crowd together at the courthouse, made a lot of attention, and made a big presence. But now it's time to get the crowd together to sign the petitions, put things together, and just flood their social media sites and make phone calls and say, we're not going away. You cannot allow them to get by with doing this, because if they do get by with this, how many more people are they doing this to? And I want to hold other channels accountable. And I'm not trying to pick fights with people here on YouTube, but I'm just really upset because there are some channels that have no interest whatsoever what Abby uncovered. None. And they won't even let you discuss it in their live streams if you try to bring it up. And I have made a list, and that's why there's certain channels I won't even go in their live streams, right? And I'm just done. I'm just done. They just want the attention, and the income, and I don't have a problem with people making income off of that, if they have specific, service of legal analyst or whatever, but it's not okay to act like you care about this case and justice and refuse to hear this very significant thing that Abby has uncovered. Like, oh my gosh, I don't care about the movies. I don't care about none of that. What I see is people being hurt. I see them being lied on. I see them being framed. I see people who are poor, don't have the attention that this case is. There may be people who may not be facing murder charges, but they could be facing other charges they could go to prison for. If they did this to her, who else have they done it to? And this video, in case you're not familiar and you're seeing my channel for the first time, this is a channel, and she's, got technical experience, and she went in and I don't know, maybe the FBI went in and they looked at the clips, and maybe they forensically failed, but she didn't. She found the hidden edits, and she said it was actually pretty crafty of them to hide the edits in the B frames. And so she broke it down frame to frame and said, look, this is how they did it. And I'm not going to show her video. I want you to go to her channel and watch her video, but I'm just asking people, here's my email, generalcount7@yahoo. GENERALACCOUNT, just the digit 7 at Yahoo. Okay. If you are interested, okay, and if you're interested in signing a petition, comment on this video that you are. And if you don't want me to show that you're interested in that, you kind of want to keep that, on the down or whatever, just say so in the comment. All of my comments are held for review. Nobody's going to be spammed or trolled on my channel, right? So just say, hey, I would be interested in, but, just don't show my comment, and I don't have any problem with that, right? So I don't want people. I don't want people to feel like, well, if I put it out there that I'm that I'm going to be involved, and they live in Canton. I think a lot of people are feeling intimidated because I watched the Canton Town Council meeting or whatever, which was dated 6/24/2025, and it was pretty telling. It was so sad that there are people who are living, I guess, near cops or something like that, and they're really being harassed. And I don't know the whole story, but the witnesses and supporters of Karen Reed are not getting support there locally, and I know that she's got supporters from many places, but just, keep those in prayer that live there locally too. But if you are somebody that lives there and you don't want to put your name out there, I won't reveal it, right? The petition is not something that the cops are going to see, right? I'm going to set it up to where, you can even sign it. They're not going to, they should be able to see your name, and I can even do it collectively via email too. If people are uncomfortable with it, you just need to give me some feedback. Tell me how you want to do this. We'll do it together. But it needs to be done. And we need to collectively go to the FBI and to the Department of Justice and say, hey, this is not okay. This is human right violations for the FBI if they don't get involved. And this is human right violations. I mean, if we have to, we can go to the UN if they refuse to. You're not going in the United States of America allow corrupt powers to murder a wonderful man who was doing his job, right? And if there's a lot of people are suggesting that he was uncovering things, and if that's the case where he was murdered because of something that he was uncovering, then he died in the line of duty. And he should be honored for that, right? You're not going to kill a cop and get by with it. You're not going to kill anybody and get by with it. And the DA and the judge is not going to get by with suborning perjury so that these people can get on the stand and just lie. They may feel invincible. And a lot of people may feel like, oh, they're going to get by with it because they are. Well, no, they're not. Because collectively, the people who really care about this case and really care about justice, we're going to stand up against that. It's not over. And I'm just like those people that are well, this case is almost going to the next thing. No, it's not over. John's still dead. And she's still facing, civil trial. And they're still harassing her, and they're still harassing the people there who are standing up. They got some serious problems there, and it's not over, because if they did it to her, this case had a lot of attention, and then, she had resources, even though it just took her everything that she had, and a lot of family support. What about the people that don't? Okay? Please care about them too, is what I'm saying, and let's not be done with this. And I'm just I'm gonna call them channels out. I'm gonna call them out. It's just if I'm just asking people, listen, if you go to other channels, the bigger channels that are covering this case or whatever, just ask them, hey, why aren't you covering what Abby discovered, about how she found the hidden edits? Why aren't you covering that? I want to know why. Why do they refuse to discuss that? Why are they, like the mainstream media is, hiding the 71 count indictment against 6 state troopers, which also includes other cops and other state troopers who were involved in that conspiracy? There was family members of those cops and officers that was getting benefits. The whole bribery system That's why that whole text about getting a gift to Michael Proctor, that's why it was a big issue. I think the Karen Reed team, I think her team is aware of that 71 count indictment. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of things that they can't discuss, you know, currently. But I don't know. Do they even know about what Abby uncovered? As far as I know, her video only came out 2 weeks ago. Now I know the Young Jerks, this, you know, had her on their channel, but why are these bigger channels, like, why aren't they discussing it? The mainstream media hid that 71 count indictment. They hid the criminal trial. There was literally a trial already of a state trooper. Did anybody know that? Like, how is that okay to hide that? Why aren't these other channels discussing that? This is like, I'm not wrapping my brain around it. Are you? So anyways, ask them. Just ask them. Just say, hey, how come you're not covering what Abby? Like, I know that people even watching this are so upset. And I would imagine everybody would just be hooping and hollering, being so happy on what Abby found. She's found something very concrete that needs to be dealt with. So I'm just saying, ask them channels. Excuse me, why aren't you covering that? Why aren't you allowing anybody to discuss that on your channel? What's wrong with you? Like, that's what I'll be saying. Anyways, that is what I'm saying. I'm just point blank. That's what I'm saying. What's wrong with you? Act like you care about this case and you care about justice, but you ain't gonna discuss what Abby found. Alrighty then. Okay, that's it for this one, you guys. Please, if you are interested in getting involved in this petition, it's going to go to the Department of Justice and the FBI. Okay? And if that don't work, I'm not stopping there. We'll go to the United Nations. Whatever we got to do. Because it's not okay that they can just railroad people like this. I'm so sorry. America is better than that. Yeah. That's what I say.